Welcome to Homestand at the Parlay Studios. I'm your host, Noor Zainab, next to the one, the only, the never leave me alone, the J Unit, Jelani Goodride-Reid, and Justin Pooni. And if you ever want to tune into anything NBA, we just recorded a podcast about Chandler Parsons calling DeMar DeRozan not a top 15 player. We have something to say about that.
Yeah,
we have some comments. So check us out, The Parlay on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your podcasts. We are available there, whether you like it or you don't like it. But
They'll
here,
like it. They'll love it.
they like it.
They'll
You
love
like
it.
it. Yeah, you
It's
love
gonna be
it.
number one on all your Spotify raps.
I want to see that next year. I want to see all your
No, I wanna see
Spotify
it
raps.
right
I want
now.
to see the parlay at the top, headlining your main event at Coachella next year. You hear that?
Okay.
But here at the Homestand Studios, we cover the Raptors. And the Raptors, you guys, play tonight against the Pelicans. And the Pelicans are playing really well. They are third in the Western Conference right now. They have major stars in Zion Williamson, who is now finally playing, and he's averaging about 21 points a game so far.
Yeah.
They still have JV. They have Trey Murphy. They have Herb Jones. They have quite the squad there right now. And the Raptors also, though, are all back and they're healthy. We got Siakam back. You got Scotty back. Gary Trent's not feeling sick anymore. Yeah. Freddie's here. So now it's a matter of gelling this team once more. And tonight will be the real, I guess, second test against the Pelicans, who are, again, like we said, playing super well. It's going to be in New Orleans tonight. The Pelicans there happen to be 7-3, and the Raptors are 3-7 on the road. Do you guys see this as a Raptors win, or do you think it's going to be a Zion JV off tonight?
I think the Pels have it. I think the way Zion's playing, and I think the biggest thing that I'm happy to see is that Zion's healthy, and playing, and he's smiling, and he's doing funny things in post-game interviews. I think that for a guy who just hit the 100-game milestone and kind of like the most craziest, weirdest way to finally hit 100 games, he's finally hit 100 games. It feels like he's been in the league for forever now. But he finally hit 100 games, which is great to see. And I'm just happy that we can see Zion play on a night-to-night basis, and there's no worry about, like, oh, when's he going to come back, right? That to me is very important, because when Zion Williams is on the court and fully healthy, he's a difference maker.
And the Pelicans are a different team.
They're a different team, exactly. Look, the Raptors have had a very nice win against Cleveland the other night. I will be the first to admit that they had a very nice win.
Siakam came back.
He did. Now the one funny thing about Siakam though was, I didn't watch the game fully. I think it was Monday night, watching Monday Night Football, right? But I saw on Twitter and keep up with the game, and people were like, oh, Siakam went off. He went off. Like, oh shit, did he have like 30 points or whatever? He had 18. Which is good. Which is good.
Coming back after.
Before you guys cut me off, before you rudely cut me off like you always do, Noor.
It's the way that you had set your sentence up. I have to defend.
The way I'm building it up, I was getting to the point. Look, Pascal Siakam was very impressed from the first half when he's coming back from injury. I admit that, right? Let's see how he is now after travel, and can he put together. Remember we said last week, don't have the expectations too high that he's going to return to being.
They're going to expect 30 points from him.
Exactly.
I understand he had a great start to the year, but
you also think
gradual.
But adrenaline. I think, is that not putting your expectations to where they should be? Like, if you're going to celebrating Siakam coming back, scoring 18 points, I think those are level expectations,
the second game after injury, he can't be. We're not expecting him to put up 30.
I expect it to be a bit of a regression from Pascal Siakam
in this game tonight.
Yes, because look what his first game back.
I don't. I think he's going to have a good night.
Okay. He could.
I'm looking at 20 plus.
Okay. I would take the under.
I'm not saying like a 30-point game or anything like that, but he's gonna put the ball in the bucket.
I'm looking at OG Anunoby.
He's gonna have to.
I'm looking at OG Anunoby. If he can continue to play very well defensively and continue to chip in offensively at the rate he's been doing at, that even he can stop Zion, right? Which will be a very tall and heavy task, right?
Hey, listen to me. Zion Williamson recently, there was, I think.
I'm not making fun of his weight. I'm talking about how he's built.
I'm just saying, it's we know where it was heading. All I'm saying is Zion Williamson had an interview with the beat reporter. They asked him about what was his favorite Thanksgiving meal. And he refused to answer because he just did not want to. He said that people make fun of it regardless.
He's playing really well.
He's playing really well.
Yeah, right? So the Raptors are gonna have to play some good defense on him.
Herb Jones, JV, like the Pelicans got
tonight. They're saying that Ingram's not gonna be out there because of the toe. So that's
has been hampering him of late.
Yeah, that is a factor. Larry Nance probably not gonna be out there as well. So those are two guys to watch. But when you're looking at this game, Siakam, I do think he's gonna have some impact. You're gonna need the bigs.
He has to have an impact if they want to win.
They're gonna need the bigs today, especially against the Pelicans. JV, that's the guy I'm looking at. Again, I miss JV on the Raptors. I wish that we kept him. I do. I really do. He provided a lot for us. I know he wasn't.
But you got Marcus Gasol.
He wasn't like Kevin Garnett or anything like that. But he did a great job.
Wait,
put the ball in the bucket.
JV right now? JV was everything.
He was a good guy in terms of the paint presence that he was.
I'm not denying he wasn't a good player.
And the rebounding that we lost when we lost him. So I do miss him. What I would say is they're gonna have to really zero in on JV tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the walking double at this point in the year, so he's gonna be a guy to watch. But yeah, I think the
Grand
Raptors,
Theft Oliveira, you gotta watch out for him.
Yeah, Grand Theft Oliveira. Look, I think the Raptors going to win tonight.
Okay.
I got the Raptors tonight.
I would not surprise if the Raptors win. I just think you're gonna see a bit of a drop off because of all that adrenaline rush that Pascal Siakam had on Monday. You're gonna see a bit of a drop off, right?
And we're gonna. I think Zion.
Exactly.
Look, he's the first player in NBA history, 25 points per game. Okay, on 60% shooting. He's doing a great job.
Exactly.
He's doing a great job in his first 100 starts.
When you look at Zion and if he stays healthy, he's everything as advertised is what he was built to come
Well, the
out of
Raptors
college.
do happen to be healthy for this game for the first time in a very long time. And as we know, the Raptors, when they're healthy, they tend to give up some wins. So that could be a factor we could be looking into tonight, especially like Justin said, the whole thing about meshing together. But I do think if you are seeing Siakam come back the way he was, if you see this team gelling, if you have one of Pascal or Freddie on the floor, you look at yourselves as a pretty good position. But during that span that we were missing a ton of guys, there were some players that came through the tunnel and had themselves games in Pascal's absence and Freddie's absence and Scotty's absence. I want to give a quick shout out to Christian Coloco, Thad Young, Malachi Flynn, but especially Chris Boucher. I think for me, he was fantastic. He was really holding this team together. He was sick for a brief period there as well with Gary Trent Jr., but once he came back, he was averaging somewhere about 21 points in the last 5 games. He was putting all these numbers up. His speed is off the charts. His defense was actually something that you could talk about at home for a second. He wasn't being blown all over on the other end. And he was just bringing momentum. He was bringing energy, and that's what the Raptors needed. Yeah, that's what helped us be. I mean, I was also in the audience, so I would also like a little shout out. But it was majorly part due to Chris Boucher. You know? He was fantastic. He did. Obviously, you had OG who had the biggest task of the game in stopping Luka Doncic, which he did amazing in. But then you had Chris Boucher, who was just the energy
like 22 and 13, I believe, in that.
Yeah.
One. So he was a great player. That one. For me, it's got to be OG. Like, I'm sorry, it has to be OG, right? Because he's up for a major award right now, Defensive Player of the Year. He might want to disagree.
I thought did I disagree? I didn't say anything.
You might know. I don't know. I don't know. When it comes to Raptors, I never know. I never know with this guy.
First of all.
He's gonna say, "Oh, I was a Raptors fan."
No.
I got the Van Fleet jersey in the.
No. I never said I didn't. I don't like certain things with the fan base.
Yeah, I know.
Not all the fans.
Don't take it out the players, though.
I love Superfan Nav. He's a real one.
Met him 2019 finals.
But some fans
do too much. I understand.
Do too much, right? And that turned me off.
Yeah,
but I will say this.
OG.
Sticking at the task at hand. Chris Boucher and OG Anunoby, as Noor said and you said, right, have done very, very well.
Oh, that's good to hear. But yeah, it's got to be OG because
but
he's up for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
If not, then you're looking at the all defense. He's one of the two right now. And he just shut down Donovan Mitchell.
He did.
30-point game.
He has had every single game they've played against the other team. His biggest task has been to take down the other team's best player.
And
he does that, and then he also puts up offense on the other end while they're missing guys like Siakam, Freddie.
And that is what. When the Raptors drafted him, hope he could develop into a guy that could put up 20 points a game and defend the other team's best player.
Yeah.
And that is what he's
we've
doing.
needed him to do that.
He's putting it together now. But.
Oh my God, here comes the but.
But Chris Boucher has to get his flowers too.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well,
you were saying he's up to. I think Chris Boucher deserves more.
Okay.
Yes, because OG Anunoby is a starter. You know, he gets a very prominent role on the team. Chris Boucher comes off the bench. And Chris Boucher is, quite frankly, not as skilled as OG Anunoby. skilled player.
Definitely.
Right?
That's
So,
true.
and I think what Chris Boucher's done over the last 5-6 games has been very, very impressive. Coming off the bench, scoring 20 plus, playing defense, right? And being that guy, that front court presence is what you need, right? Especially with Pascal Siakam. So I think what Chris Boucher has done is more commendable, but OG Anunoby.
Yeah, I just say OG.
He's a borderline all-star this year.
I think honestly with this team we've seen time and time again that whenever someone is missing, the next guy, the sixth guy, the seventh guy, they show up and they show that they deserve to be on the squad because they know if they don't, when they go back in that locker room, Nick Nurse is going to be smashing guitars everywhere. And tonight we will see if Siakam can also show Justin that he can come back and still be on that same level. I'm holding out for him. I'm holding out for him because you said it in the beginning of the show. So we will check it in tonight, 8 p.m. Pelicans versus Raptors. Stay tuned. We'll see you then.